Welcome back. We have a brand new Healthline 3 coming up today at noon. Today's topic is all about gout, which is actually a type of arthritis more common during the heat of summer. Joining me today to talk about this is board-certified rheumatologist Dr. Robert Goodman with the Arthritis and Rheumatology Clinic. Thanks for being here.
Glad to be here, Courtney.
Yeah, so I'm interested in talking a little bit more about gout. Tell me a little bit about it, and how it affects people.
Well, gout is a disease that has been described by physicians since ancient times. What happens is a person will get an explosive onset of acute, painful, swollen, usually big toe, and it'll happen almost overnight. And we now understand that it's due to an elevated uric acid, and uric acid is a mild acid, but it behaves as a salt in chemistry, and when it becomes super saturated, that salt will crystallize and precipitate a gout attack.
Gotcha. And it's the hottest time of the year here in Louisiana. So how is that associated with gout?
That's right. So as Brian and others are talking about having a heat index of 110 and an ambient temperature of 100, if somebody is close to the saturation point of having a uric acid level that's just about to come out of solution and form crystals, and if they get dehydrated, and because they sweat and don't keep up with their fluids, then that could be a trigger for a gout attack, especially in somebody who is right on the edge of getting gout attacks. So we tend to see gout attacks more in the summer when people get dehydrated and there's less water in the system, and we see it in the winter more when they eat more rich foods and alcohol, and that causes the concentration to go up relative to the water in the system. Very
interesting. So how common is something like this?
Well, gout is one of our more common autoimmune or more common rheumatic diseases. It tends to affect men more than women. It's probably at least 2% of the population is affected by gout.
Gotcha. And we're going to get into all the treatment options, but you said it affects mostly men, but is it any age?
It tends to be older, but sometimes some men can start getting it even in their 20s, especially if they have certain metabolism abnormalities that causes their uric acid to be elevated.
Very interesting. Well, I'm excited to dive into this conversation. Be sure and join us for Healthline 3 beginning at noon. You can watch on our digital channel 3.3. In Shreveport, that's channel 208 on Comcast. In Bossier, it's channel 140 on Optimum. And you can also watch live stream on ktbs.com.